Welcome back to another Backpage Gaming video. Today we're looking at Heung-Min Son. He's a player you're all probably very familiar with, considering that he's in a lot of BPL teams. So today we're going to have a look. What do we think of him? Do we think he's good? Do we think he's worth the coins? And you're joining me. I'm Jack. We've got Robbie.
You're right.
And we've also got Sammy Boy.
Hello.
So both Jack and I used him in some Division 1 co-op games, and I think Sam used him as well a little bit earlier on in the year. So we'll run you through what we liked, what we didn't like, and just pretty much everything about him, really.
So one of my positives for him was his finishing. I'd say one of the better finishers I've used. He finishes some really difficult chances. This is probably down to his 86 finishing, his 88 shot power, which I think is quite, like, the 88 shot power is a really nice stat to have, because you know, sometimes when a keeper might make a really good reflex save, the shot power kind of cancels it out.
Yeah, it's good for the near post as well.
Yeah, I know you've got some feelings about the finesse shot as well, Rob. What did you think of that?
Yeah, I think finesse shot's like huge this year, particularly with, you know, it's got 5-star weak foot. You can take it on either foot. I think the finesse shot trait just adds that little bit more whip to finesse shots. It just helps them flying top bins. I think it's very useful this year, and I think on Son particularly, because it can take him on either foot, it really does help him.
Yeah. What was one of your positives, Sam?
I mean, shooting and obviously, like you say, his finishing's great, but not just like your one-on-one chances. Like the 90 long shot stat meant that long shots became like a good chance. So
yeah, they were like a viable way of scoring.
Yeah, like anything near the edge of the box, if you got a bit of space, you'd be confident taking it on. And like Rob said, with the 5-star weak foot, being able to do that both sides is always a positive.
Yeah.
So for me, another one of the good things about Son was that he can actually hold up the play quite well. So there was a bit of debate between us all whether he's better at striker or cam. If you're playing him at cam, it's definitely a much bigger positive as well, because you can hold up the play, let your outside cams in a 4-2-3-1 and your striker run on, and then you can pass down to them. And even as a striker, obviously you can let the cam overlap and that. I think it's a nice thing to have. It's a good positive, but I don't think it's as important this year. I don't think the cam overlapping is as much of a big deal as it was last year.
I think they can sit a bit more this year. I think you can use a bit more slower players. Like, I've seen a few people using Wants to Watch James Rodriguez. I know he is very slow, but I think it's not absolutely like hit or miss having a player like Neymar at cam. Like, you can have people who are just going to sit and sort of spray the ball a bit more.
Yeah, a bit slower.
Yeah.
It kind of links into one of the more negatives actually about Son is that, Sam, what did you think about his pace?
Not as good as you'd like. I mean, you see that 88 pace at this point in the game, and you think actually that's pretty good considering the other cards available and stuff.
I say you'd think he'd be faster than all the centre backs. Well, not all the centre backs, maybe aside from Gomez and Varane, you'd think he'd be faster than him, wouldn't you? But
yeah,
blitz him.
But no, he just didn't feel like he was burning anybody. Maybe he was better once he'd been sprinting for a long time. So
yeah,
the rare chances where he'd obviously run onto something if you put a through ball over the top, he felt okay then. But if you were in little areas around the box and stuff, his acceleration just wasn't good enough to just burst into a space or away from somebody. Just really let him down. It
doesn't give him that speed to get the angle, does it? Like that, like a scoop turn that you do, and then you across the keeper shot after a bit of, you get that little half step away from the centre back.
Yeah,
that's one thing that kills. It don't kill him, don't get me wrong, but not having 5-star skills this year, I think, is quite a big deal.
Yeah,
I think this year and last year swapped over. Like last year, he kind of could get away with 4-star as long as you had the 5-star weak foot, whereas this year, I think the 5-star skills, is much more important than having the weak foot.
I think another, I know we all like to attack this way, where you get to sort of you're running near the edge of 18 and then do a fake shot stop and then the Paqueta, yeah. I think having his acceleration low and his sprint speed there affects him with his players like Dybala.
He doesn't Paqueta quickly, does he?
No,
you know what I mean? I don't know what it comes down to, because his dribble, he's got 88 dribbling, he's got 87 ball control. By all means, he should be amazing, but in the end, he just feels clunky. I don't know whether it'd be down to his body type or the fact he's a bit taller at 6 foot, but there's just something about Son that none of us got on with, and it's rare that all of us dislike a player. Normally, one of us, has got some redeeming factors for the player, but Son for whatever reason, just could not get on with him.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get on with him.
I think there's a lot more variance in players' ability to skill this year. You know,
yeah,
like...
there's a lot of skills in there.
To bring, like, Hazard into it, like, his Berber spin as opposed to, like, Son's, like, it feels tighter, like, you know, I don't know if
Son's is
that's
slow.
just me or...
He's just slow. That's the main thing. Everything about him felt slow. Even LB dribbling didn't feel fast.
Yeah.
It felt like he was dragging the ball really, like, laboriously. There's a word for the chuffing dictionary, boys. But altogether,
it's like he's got Mertesacker's
like
legs in the skills, isn't it? Like,
yeah, he's struggling. He's just, for whatever reason, he's definitely not the second player of the month.
He's a bit tired from his military training.
He might be. He's
honestly. Seen some shit out there.
So moving into the end card, we've given him a 7, and that's probably the most generous rating you'll ever see from us. Purely because Son, when he plays against you, he seems to play really well. And I think he's one of those players that, for some players, or for some people, sorry, he'll do really well because he scores chances that are quite bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's easy to use, you know what I mean? Like, you point and shoot, he's like a bloody camera, isn't he?
Yeah.
But for the ones that are wanting to kind of get to the next level, you need something a bit more intricate, you need to get the interplay a bit better. And he just doesn't have that ability, which isn't, it's no shade to Son or anything.
Yeah.
But value for coins, we're on for a 4, simply because at the minute he's about 200k on PlayStation and about 170 on Xbox, and he's just not worth that. That, along with the fact he's got no versatility at all, he can't be used on the wing.
No.
You're looking at players like Lucas and Bale as his best links. They're much better on the wing. Saint Maximin as well. There's a lot of more cheaper players that can play on the wing if you were looking at using him out there. Another link we've gone for is Chan, great little cheap beast if you've been using him from the Bundesliga. Another good link would be Sissoko, a very meta centre mid.
He's quality. Yeah.
As you can see, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot. We've gone for Hunter for his best chem style because, like we said, he does feel slow, and Hunter helps a bit, but it doesn't feel like he's had a chem style boost. You know, when you've put Hunter on him, it doesn't feel like he's had the boost.
I think we've put Hunter on everyone so far.
Yeah, we love the Hunter. Alex Hunter, rest in peace. Altogether, striker or cam, that's your best position for him, depending on how you play. If you want to hold up more, your striker or your cam.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got to say on Huang.
Yeah, anything else, Sam, or is that you feel appeased?
I would steer clear of the card. That's my advice.
Yeah.
I think he offers a lot more negatives than he does positives, so
yeah.
That's it.
I think it could really be helped by like a few special cards. Like I say, a player at once a few years ago were crazy. I think maybe an inform or two will, if you boost that balance particularly, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, who knows what the future holds. So, that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoy it, then please like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. We'll be uploading like 3 or 4 videos a week we're aiming for, so there'll be plenty more reviews, squad builders and whatnot coming your way. And we'll put our Twitter and Instagram links in the description as well, so if you want to follow them, then go ahead and do so. And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.